Hi everyone, I am Ariel Lim, and this is Ariel Lim Yoga. So you know who I am, you know what we're doing. Thank you for joining me on the mat today for yoga for coughs, colds, and COVID. I first want to start off by saying that this practice by no means is meant to replace any type of medical treatment. So please, if you're feeling unwell, consult a medical provider. However, today I am dealing with a comparatively mild case of COVID. I spent all of yesterday in bed watching Attack on Titan, so my anime fans will acknowledge that that wasn't a terrible way to spend the day. But I do need to bring some movement into the body, so I thought we could do a nice little nourishing flow. We'll keep it low to the ground. We're not going to be on our backs, so that way we can breathe a little bit easier. And yeah, just feel good and bring some nice movement into the body. So if you have a pillow, grab it. And we'll start seated about halfway on our mats. Sit it up nice and tall. Sitting up nice and tall. We'll bring our feet flat on the mat. So there's a nice bend in the legs here. Our legs are about hips distance apart. We'll hold on to our shins like we're giving ourselves a nice little hug here. On an inhale, we'll sit up nice and tall, reaching up with the crown of the head. And then exhale to fold over those knees, letting the head rest gently between the knees. Breathing in through the nose or the mouth, whatever is available to you today. I'm struggling to breathe through the nose, so if you hear me breathing through my mouth, sorry about that. We're going to do the best we can. And the good thing is, if you have breath, you have life. So, something to be grateful for. And please extend some gratitude to yourself for coming to the mat today, especially if you're feeling unwell. It's hard enough to come to the mat. So, you're doing a great thing to to bring some good energy into your body and to start to feel better. Take another nice deep inhale here. Breathing down to the low back. Exhaling just to let go and surrender to this moment here. This time that we're going to spend nourishing ourselves today on the mat. Take another nice deep inhale. And on our exhale, we'll come to a nice, comfortable seated position. Any seated position of choice. I am in half lotus as usual, but feel free to take an easy seat or a kneeling posture, whatever feels good to you. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe move the fleshy parts of the booty to the side so you get a nice connection with your mat. Finding length through the spine, letting the shoulders relax, resting the hands gently on the knees. Maybe taking a moment to close your eyes. Just settle in. Beautiful. And then we'll bring our right ear towards our right shoulder and take our left hand and press it away from us like we're pressing into a wall. You should feel this really nice, juicy stretch in the side of the neck, in the traps, along the shoulders. Take a nice deep inhale as if you're breathing through those fingertips, through the forearms, the upper arm, the neck. And as you exhale, find more depth. Maybe you bring the right hand to the top of the head, let it rest gently, not adding any extra pressure, just a little extra weight. Take a nice deep breath here and exhale. We'll release, shake it off. Now we'll bring our left ear towards our left shoulder, pressing our right hand away as if we're pressing into a wall beside us. Take a nice deep inhale, finding breath, drawing it through the fingertips, forearms, the upper arms, the neck. And as you exhale, Find a little extra depth in this stretch. Maybe the left hand comes to the top of the head here, pressing it gently. No need to add any pressure or anything. Inhale and exhale. We'll gently release and shake it off. We'll do some head circles. So we'll start by bringing the nose down towards the chest, and then we'll take it to the right. We'll take it back, and then to the left, and back down. Exhaling as we come forward. Inhaling as we come up. Finding a pace of breath that works for you, making the circles as big or as small as is needed in your neck today. I've been, as I said, in bed watching a lot of Attack on Titan on my phone, so my neck is very stiff. This feels delicious. Couple more rounds in this direction. And when you're back again, switch directions. Still exhaling as you come forward. Inhaling as you come back. This is your practice, so find a pace of breath. Find a size of circle that feels good to you today. Taking extra care to nourish yourself, especially if you're feeling unwell. Beautiful. And then we'll come back to center. Shake it off. On our next inhale, we'll rise our arms up and overhead. The palms meet, the fingers interlace, and we press those palms up towards the ceiling. Maybe we glance up at the hand. And then we'll lower the right hand beside us to the right and reach over with those left fingertips. As we inhale, the breath will travel through that left hip, up through the side body, up through the arm, out through the fingertips. Another nice deep inhale, just like that, breathing up through the hips and out through the fingertips. Beautiful. We'll come back to center, interlace those fingers, press the palms away, and then lower the left hand, reaching over with the right fingertips, breathing up through the right hip this time, the right side body, exhaling through those fingertips. Another nice deep inhale, bringing the breath up through the side of the body on the right. And exhale, letting the breath come out through the fingertips towards the left. Come back to center, reaching the arms up and overhead, the fingers interlace, the palms press away, and then we'll take a twist to the right, bringing the right fingertips behind the small of the back. Our left hand is resting gently on our right thigh or right knee. We'll inhale, finding length in the spine. And exhale to twist. We're twisting from the middle or the upper part of the back, not the lower part of the back. You should notice a difference if you were twisting from the lower back when you take it up higher. As you inhale, drawing breath, rinsing through the body as you exhale, gazing over that right shoulder. We'll inhale, come back to center, lift those arms up and overhead, the fingers interlace, the palms press towards the ceiling. And then we'll twist over to the left, bringing the right hand to the left knee, left thigh. Inhale, find a little space in the spine as you lift up. And exhale, finding depth in our twist, deepening our rinse, gazing over the left shoulder. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, maybe you find a little more space to twist, to rinse, to let go. And then we'll come back to center and find our way into a tabletop position on all fours. Be sure to have your fingers spread nice and wide so we're not dumping all of our weight into our wrists. Our wrists will be stacked beneath our shoulders, our knees stacked beneath our hips. Draw your ribs in here so you're not collapsing. You have a nice flat back, nice supported tabletop position. On an inhale, we're going to rise that right arm up, reaching up towards the sky, opening across the collarbone. And exhale, we'll thread the needle. Maybe you grab your pillow so you can bring your right cheek to the pillow as you bring your right shoulder to the mat. And just breathe here in your thread the needle. Breathing into the upper back and the shoulders. Should feel great if you've been spending a lot of time lying on your side. Take a nice deep inhale. And exhale. Letting go. Just enjoying the stretch. Take a couple more breaths at your own pace. Great job. We'll come back up to our tabletop position. Find our foundation here. Adjust our pillow so it'll be under our left cheek. As we lift that left arm up towards the sky, reaching, opening up across the chest, the heart, the collarbone. Inhale. Exhale, thread the needle. Bring that left arm underneath the right. Bring the left arm, shoulder to the mat. Left cheek to your pillow. And again, we're just going to breathe here. Breathing into our shoulders and our upper back. Releasing the tension we may have built there as we've rested. Just enjoy the stretch. Breathing at your own pace. A few more breaths. Beautiful. We'll come back up to all fours. We'll bring our big toes to touch and extend our knees out as wide as our mat or as wide as is comfortable. Starting to bring our hips and our booty towards our heels, extending the arms forward. You can bring your pillow underneath your chest and your cheek. Find whichever side feels good to you to rest on. And we'll just breathe here in our child's pose, taking nice deep inhales and exhales. There's no right or wrong answer here. Just here to breathe. Filling up the body with breath, with new energy, and letting go of anything that no longer serves us. Letting it go into the support of our pillow, of our mat. Knowing that our mat is always here to support us. Just like I'm here to support you through this practice. Maybe you switch the direction of your cheeks to bring some balance into your child's pose. Taking another couple full deep breaths and exhales. Great job. We'll come back up to our tabletop for a moment. We'll move our pillow to the side for just a second. Extend our arms forward, lower onto the forearms, extend the legs back. The tops of our feet come down to the mat. You can keep them hips distance or you can extend them out a little bit wider if you want a little more space. As we move into our Sphinx pose, just a brief little back bend, just to open across the chest. So we'll bring our forearms flat. Our elbows should be under our shoulders. We're going to inhale, opening across the chest. And then we're going to pull our forearms back. It's a very subtle move here. It's just the intention of pulling the forearms back as we pull the chest forward. Inhale, really opening our heart to healing energy today. Beautiful. So you can grab your pillow again. We'll place it underneath the chest. We're going to bring our left cheek to the pillow. We're going to bend our right leg so it's at a 90-degree angle. So the thigh is going to extend directly from the hip, and then we'll bend at the knee. It's kind of like a half frog position here. So we'll bring the left cheek to the mat and just breathe. Breathing into the hip. If you're a side sleeper like me, this should feel really, really good in the hip and the low back. Try to flex that right foot, keeping some energy flowing through it as we breathe. Breathing into the hip and exhaling through the foot. A couple more breaths just like that. Lovely. So we'll extend that right foot back. We'll bring our hands outside of our ribs and we'll just come up for a quick little cobra. Inhale to lift the chest. And exhale, lower back down. Bring the right cheek to your pillow. Arrange your arms comfortably, or maybe you're using your arms as a pillow. That's fine too. And then we'll bend that left leg so the thighs extending out from the hip. The leg is bent at the knee. We're keeping a flexed foot, kind of like a half frog position, like I said before. And just breathe into the hip. Just rinsing out any tension that may have been built there. And if you feel a little emotional, that's okay. We carry a lot of emotional tension in our hips. And when we're ill, sometimes we can feel it emotionally too. This is a great way to gently let that go. As you breathe, as you acknowledge these feelings, you might not even know what they are. You might not even be able to name them. That's okay. We'll acknowledge them and then let them go. Take another nice couple deep inhales and exhales. Beautiful. Begin to straighten that leg back. Move our pillow to the side. Come back up briefly to all fours, crossing the ankles behind us as we sit back. And then we'll extend the legs in front. You can take your pillow and place it beneath the knees for a little extra support. And just keep a nice bend in the knees. And then we'll inhale to lift the arms up and overhead as we sit up nice and tall. And then leading with the chest, we'll come forward for a forward fold, letting the hands rest wherever they land. No right or wrong answer here. Inhale, maybe find a little extra length in the spine. And exhale to surrender. Stretch that low back. Stretch the hamstrings. Let the head hang heavy here. And just breathe. Whether you're breathing through the nose or breathing through the mouth, you have breath. So let's just enjoy it. Take advantage of it. We have this moment here on the mat to breathe and feel good. Make the best of it. The next inhale, we'll begin to sit up nice and tall. Move our pillow to the side. Extend that left leg out. We'll bend the right knee and then we'll step it over the left knee. We'll take our right hand and bring it behind us, tenting the fingertips behind the small of the back. We'll lift that left arm up and overhead. And exhale, bringing the elbow outside of the right knee. And just gaze over to the right. We're not going to do a full deep twist here. We'll just take a nice deep inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale to just feel a little bit of a rinse. Final rinse and letting go of anything that's still stagnant and needing to move out of our bodies. Another nice deep inhale here. And exhale. We'll come back to center. We'll extend that right leg out. We'll bend the left leg and step it over the right knee. We'll bring the left arm behind us, tenting the fingertips behind the small of the back. Raise that right arm up and overhead. And then exhale to bring the right elbow outside of the left knee. We'll gaze over to the left. Inhale, sit up nice and tall. And exhale, rinsing, letting go. To feel really good in the back, in the shoulders, the upper back. Inhale. And exhale to unwind. We'll bring the soles of our feet together here. We'll bring our pillow, if you have one, between the legs. Sit up nice and tall. And then we'll start to hinge forward a little bit, just until you feel a little bit of a stretch in the inner thighs and the low back. Maybe you hug your pillow and just let your head hang a little bit heavy so you get a little bit of a stretch in the cervical spine here. Take a nice deep inhale, finding a little extra space in the back. And exhale, surrender. Letting go of any last emotional tension in the thighs and the hips. Staying open across the chest. Feels especially good when we're congested. And just breathing for a few moments here in our Baddha Konasana, or bound ankle pose. Taking nice deep inhales. Breathing all the way into the low back, the hips. And exhale through the soles of the feet. On our next inhale, we'll slowly start to sit up. And then we'll sit on our pillow, finding a nice, comfortable seated position, any seat of choice. As usual, I'm taking a half lotus, but you can do whatever feels good in your hips and your body today. We'll rest our palms face up on our knees. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe you close your eyes here or lower your gaze towards the floor. Take a nice deep inhale through the mouth or the nose, whatever's available to you today. And exhale to let any last little bit of something that needs to be let go. Just let it go. No need to even name it. Just let it go. On our next inhale, we'll draw healing energy up from Mother Earth. Let it wash through us. And as we exhale, we'll be able to surrender into this beautiful moment of healing. Taking a moment to notice our energy, notice how we're feeling. Taking a moment to extend gratitude to ourselves for coming to the mat today and doing something beautiful for ourselves, even though we're feeling unwell. Such a beautiful act of self-love and self-care. And this is the time when we need it most. On our next inhale, we'll rise our arms up and overhead. The palms will meet in a prayer position. And as we exhale, we'll bring the hands to heart center. You can open your eyes. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today for yoga for coughs, colds, and COVID. Thank you for bearing with me as I've been struggling with my voice a little bit. I hope you're feeling better. My body feels so much less stiff, and I'm starting to feel like maybe, just maybe, I'll be feeling a little better soon, and I hope you will too. I hope you get well soon, and I hope to see you on the mat again soon. As always, from my heart to yours.